and gentlemen, are you ready for some football? That's a rhetorical question. Of course you are. My name is Tony Burns. This is my podcast, As the Sports World Burns. Talking about sports, old school wisdom with a new school perspective. And the topic today is football. High school football season kicks off full force this week. I had a couple of games last week. And the Arkansas Razorbacks will kick off the college football season on Saturday against the Rice Owls. Arkansas looks like they're a 19.5 point favorite early in the week. Sounds about right. Did a little research. Looked like Rice struggled with COVID last season. I guess everyone did, but Rice only got in 5 games. Owls went 2-3. According to ESPN's Football Power Index, the Razorbacks have a 94.6% chance of winning the game on Saturday. Not a mathematician, but I'm going to go ahead and say the Razorbacks are a heavy favorite to get the season off with a victory. In the second year under Sam Pittman as the head coach, Razorbacks are trying to take another step forward. They went from, before Sam Pittman got there, Hogs were, I think it was safe to say the Hogs were a joke under Chad Morris. And Sam Pittman quickly turned the program from joke to respectable. And so, this year, Arkansas would like to take another step. I'm not sure what the next step is from respectable. I don't think it's contender quite yet. Competitive. They were already competitive last year. I think respectable and competitive are sort of in the same boat. But whatever the next step is from respectable, the Hogs have to make that. We'll take the first step towards that against Rice. And doing so, what they need to do against Rice, you can't just beat Rice. You're a 19.5 point favorite. You have to, I hate to say make a statement, but you got to make a statement. Hogs need to win this game going away. Not for the fans, not for the polls. Arkansas can't worry about the polls yet. This is a win. This is a must-win for recruiting. Arkansas was had a top 30 recruiting class last year. To move towards the elite in the SEC, you got to be in the top 20 in recruiting. You got to start getting some of these 4-star guys. And the importance of this game Saturday, you're not going to sign any 4-star or 5-star recruits based on a win over Rice. But what could happen is you could lose a couple. And how that happens is not necessarily this up-and-coming class, but 2 years from now, some of those kids, some of those top recruits, they have a list of schools. And it's a big, long list of 15, 20 schools. And at this stage in the recruiting process, they're just looking to trim the fat off the list. They're just looking for reasons to eliminate schools from that process so they can get down to 7 or 8 schools. That's what those kids are trying to do. They're trying to get down to the top 6 or 7 schools. And how they do that, and those kids will be looking at Arkansas who are interested in Arkansas, they'll be looking at Arkansas Rice. And they'll be expecting Arkansas to put Rice away. They expect Arkansas to show that Arkansas is advancing to the next stage toward elite status. Obviously, Rice is not considered elite. And so if the Razorbacks struggle against the Owls, that would be good for recruiting. You're going to lose some kids. I'm not sure how to put this. You don't sign prime-time players by struggling against late-night programs. Rice does not sign four-star athletes, and four-star athletes don't sign with teams that struggle with Rice. No offense to Rice. Got a friend who played football at Rice. He brought me a nice Rice hat. Thank you, Mr. Shepard. For y'all people who don't know me, yes, I'm the guy who walks around town with the Rice hat on. But I won't be wearing the Rice hat Saturday. Razorbacks won't be worried about the Rice fans. This is the time, nothing personal. Hogs need to get a big blowout victory. In a perfect world, Arkansas would jump out to a 28-7 halftime lead and would put it in cruise control for the second half. Nobody wants to watch Rice for 4 quarters, so you want to put the game out of reach early and so people could get on with their day. Because in a perfect world, KJ Jefferson, the quarterback, would not run the ball on Saturday. He should not run the ball. In a perfect world, he gets perfect protection. He gets to pass every time he drops back to pass. He gets to pass off. He's not rushed. He has no carries. You don't risk an injury. And he completes 7 out of 10 passes for about 200 yards. Running backs would combine for about 200 yards rushing. And I'm going to go ahead and say Hogs win 42-21. Get that 3 touchdown victory. Cover the little point spread. Recruits, don't eliminate Arkansas from the recruiting list. We get a big victory. No one gets hurt. Get to empty the bench. Everyone goes on happy. You get the dominating victory, and you show everyone, the fans, the pollsters, whatever. More importantly, the recruits, that these aren't the same old Razorbacks. That the program is now headed in a direction where they're getting closer to the best in the SEC. Arkansas is not going to win the SEC championship this year, people. It takes stages and steps to do that. And like I said, the next step for Arkansas is recruiting. Every game, once you get in the SEC, you just want to win. But these games for Arkansas with Rice and teams like this, they're few and far between. And you have to take care of business. No struggling against the Owls. Period. Not an insider at Arkansas. I'm just a fan. I really think Sam Pittman has the program going in the right direction. I'm excited. Really excited to see what this offense, see what the new quarterback can do. Love the receivers. Curious about the running backs. Really curious about the offensive line. Defensively, we'll see. Hopefully, get a little bit of pass rush this year. That'd be nice. Linebacker play. Cornerback play. A bunch of question marks. We'll see. Like I said, predict 42-21. 42 points seems a little optimistic. But if you can't be hopeful for the season opener, then when can you have hope? When can you be optimistic? So let's go ahead and get that 42 points up there this time. Go Hogs. Before I stop, like I said, this college football season is really getting going. And we have several Union County products who've advanced to compete at the collegiate level. Did a little research, got online, looked at some of these rosters. These are the kids who are on rosters. I think there are a few more out there who aren't on rosters yet. Maybe these rosters haven't been updated yet. I will check back periodically. But as of now, run down some of these athletes for you to keep track of. Start with, from Smackover, Jordan Jones, wide receiver from the University of Cincinnati. He's a graduate. He's already graduated. He's playing his last year there. Obviously, Cincinnati Bearcats are one of the top ranked teams in the country. So you should get plenty of opportunities to see Jordan on television this season. Also, Desmond Jackson from Parker's Chapel is a senior running back at Oklahoma State. Senior running back for the Cowboys and what is left of the Big 12 in the ruins of the Big 12 conference. But Des Jackson has breakout season last year, and looking for more big things from the former PC Trojan. Another Division I Union County product, Big Dalton Purdue. Freshman offensive lineman from El Dorado. He is at SMU. So hopefully we can see the Mustangs on television. We'll see how Dalton's doing. Played tackle in high school. I think he's still a tackle. I haven't checked. I need to see if they moved him around on the offensive line or not. Some other kids are other young men. Henderson State, El Dorado product, Denzel Walter. He's a sophomore defensive lineman. Denzel played offensive line in high school. He's on the defensive line for the Reddies. Over at SCU, Southern Arkansas University Mule Riders. Junction City freshman Jalen Davis, defensive back. El Dorado freshman Stephen Tillett is a wide receiver at Ouachita Baptist University. From El Dorado, there's Caleb Scott. He's a sophomore defensive back on the roster. And Junction City, Terrell Gibson, senior linebacker. Also from Junction City, Dante Gibson, sophomore defensive back, playing for the OBU Tigers. UA Monticello Boll Weevils, couple of freshman wide receivers from Parker's Chapel, Caleb Jacobs and Blake Caldwell on the roster for the Boll Weevils over at Monticello. Caleb was quarterback in high school. I thought they were looking at him at defensive back also. They're going to try him at a bunch of different spots. I could really see him as a slot receiver in Monticello. So I'm looking forward to keeping track of all these guys. Also, while we're doing this, we have a young lady playing volleyball at the University of Central Arkansas. Anna Williams from Westside Christian. She's a junior setter for the Sugar Bears. I know she started playing some last year, and I think she's figures pretty big in their plans this season. So be keeping an eye on Anna Williams also. And so yeah, that'll about do it for today. Just really looking forward to some football. We went and watched a little high school last week. Watched Parker's Chapel and Smackover with Smackover. Watched for a half. Didn't really cover it. Just wanted to see something. Wanted to hear the pass pop, and I enjoyed it. Smackover looks like a pretty good team this year, actually. Got some big guys and some speedy guys in the backfield. Anxious to see the El Dorado Wildcats over at Camden Fairview. I'm not sure when this podcast is going to drop, as they say. But everyone's excited about El Dorado. We'll see. They got a tough opponent to start the season, but don't they always? But answer the question: are you ready for some football? Betcha. Good luck, as you were.